This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, the polls are closed, the votes are being counted, and we're waiting to see if Joe Hogsett will retain the title of mayor of Indianapolis or if that will go to someone else.
Big temperature swings are ahead. There's our warmest afternoon, but look at this, the coldest morning that we'll have to deal with. I'll put these with the day of the week coming up.
Tonight, citizens are advocating for change on the east side, sharing their vision of the future.
No phone, no cable, and no internet going on 11 days now. I'm Stephanie Wade talking with East Side neighbors who say they feel neglected.
A push to have more women break through and get jobs in male-dominated fields. And IMPD wants to hire more women. The opportunities you have. Welcome into RTV6 News at 6. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starantino. We begin with the RTV6 News feed. A statewide silver alert is now out for a missing 30-year-old man out of Carmel. Investigators say Tyler Lott was last seen in the area of Carmel Drive and Range Line Road around 9:30 this morning. Carmel police warn you not to go up to Tyler Lott because he may be armed, but if you see him, call police. Officers say Lott could be driving a silver 2006 Mercedes-Benz BML 350 with Indiana registration 106RHQ.
A Benton County town is considering now restrictions on snakes after an 8-foot-long python strangled a woman. The Oxford, Indiana town president believes that it's almost unanimous that residents in Oxford want limits on certain snakes. Now, 36-year-old Laura Hurst was found on the floor of a snake-filled house with a python wrapped loosely around her neck.
A woman found dead on a couch in a church on the southeast side is being investigated as a homicide. IMPD says Julie Morey was found dead in the Religious Education Center building of St. Patrick Catholic Church Sunday morning. That's on East Prospect Street. If you have any info, call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS.
Take a good look at this man. He's caught on surveillance video breaking into and stealing items from Wayne Township Preschool on the west side. That's according to Wayne Township School Superintendent. If you think you recognize this man, you are asked to call IMPD.
Street closures for this weekend's Indianapolis Monumental Marathon will impact Indy Go service, including the Red Line. The Red Line will operate in 2 different segments during the race on Saturday. One route north of 38th Street and another south of 38th Street. Complete details of the Indy Go route changes are up right now on the IndyChannel.com and the RTV6 app. And Democracy 2019, our election day coverage. The polls are now closed. There are many local mayors races, school referendums, and seats up for grabs on the Indianapolis City County Council.
Yeah, but the biggest race we're following, the one for Indianapolis mayor. Current mayor Democrat Joe Hogsett is up against Republican State Senator Jim Merritt and Libertarian candidate Doug McNaughton. The winner will be the mayor of the largest city in Indiana, which also happens to be the state capital.
Hogsett has been running on a message of progress. Indianapolis is expected to see a drop in year-over-year homicides for 2019. He's also touted his recent fiscally balanced budgets, which have passed with bipartisan support. But Merritt has attacked Hogsett all year on both crime and potholes.
Optimism. Yeah, when I woke up this morning, sprang out of bed and ready to go, and this has been a 10-month sprint for me, and I'm just anxious for tonight and anxious for January 1st to come.
There's still a lot of work to do, and if the voters would return me to another term, I'd like to begin tomorrow morning getting back to that work.
The winner tonight will spend the next 4 years in the mayor's office downtown.
Let's give you a live look at election night headquarters for Joe Hogsett and Jim Merritt. Hogsett is at the Athenaeum on East Michigan Street downtown. Merritt is at the Prime 47 restaurant on South Pennsylvania Street, also downtown. We will keep an eye on both parties as the results start to come in.
Well, it's a cool evening, and it's already getting dark out there because of the time change, as you can see on our network of Weather Now cameras. That sun is starting to set now, Kevin. And what can we expect for the forecast? It is starting to get chillier every single day.
Time change. It'll be time to change into the heaviest winter clothing that you have for early next week. We'll have more on that in the main weather segment, but just to give you a heads up mentally, we'll get ready for temperatures during the afternoons below freezing. Okay, we'll hold off on any rain. Tonight we're dry. Tomorrow we're dry till probably this time. Once we get past sunset, our chance for some light showers develops, especially in the western portion of the state. Did you notice the wind today? That made it feel cooler than the 52-degree high. We've had west winds gust over 20. They're starting to calm down. around. That's the trend that will continue through the evening hours. Temperature in Indianapolis, 45. It's 40 up in Peru. We'll be down live in Bloomington in just a little bit talking basketball. 47 there, 46 in Terre Haute. Temperatures through the evening hours fall into the 30s. 10 o'clock tonight, mostly clear. 37 will be our temperature, and during the day tomorrow, warmest day in the forecast, warmest day for a while. Temperatures middle 50s for the afternoon high. We'll see clouds increase. Talk about our shower chances and that dramatic temperature change for early next week coming up.
They're passionate about it in a way that you don't see in every neighborhood.
Right now, people living on the Near East Side are getting a chance to share their goals and vision for the neighborhood with community leaders. They're creating plans that will have lasting impact for years to come. Working for you, RTV6's Megan Santorum finds out what improvements some want to see and how you can get involved.
Right now, dozens of people who live in Near East Side neighborhoods are meeting with community leaders at this church. Safety, housing, food access, and economic development. No topic is off the table as they come together to create a long-term quality of life plan.
I think the Near East Side, a lot of Near East Siders really love their neighborhood and are passionate about it in a way that you don't see in every neighborhood.
Ellen Bankston works at the John Bonner Community Center. She says a similar effort in 2007 was so successful, they decided to do it again.
It's not too hard to get people to want to talk about what's going on in their neighborhood or work with their neighbors.
One of those neighbors is Jonathan Garmany.
Being a Near East Side resident, I love the Near East Side.
He says being involved in the planning process for the neighborhood's future is important.
I love that it's diverse. I love being in a multicultural neighborhood, and I just want to see continued improvement while maintaining its multicultural environment.
And he's not the only one. More than 200 residents and business owners showed up to a similar meeting last month. The group will create a list of objectives and then team up with local agencies and other resources to make them happen.
Some really big things that come up probably would be public spaces. The neighbors really talk about having more public spaces to hang out and be and for kids to be. They talk a lot about food access and different types of food access.
Garmany says he feels like his voice has already been heard, and he's urging others to get involved.
A lot of times people may not think that going into these events and voicing their opinions is really going to make a difference, and it truly does.
Working for you, Megan Santorum, RTV6.
Well, that meeting goes until 8 o'clock tonight. Organizers say there will be more of these meetings over the next few months. We will have more information on how to get involved listed on our website.
Neighbors have been calling every day, multiple times a day, trying to get their AT&T phone and internet service back. It's been out for almost 2 weeks now. People are begging for help, saying they're getting the runaround from the company. RTV6's Stephanie Wade is getting to the bottom of this issue and why service has not been restored yet.
For 11 days now, phone lines have been down, no cable, no internet for dozens of homes near 23rd and Rule on the east side, including this church.
So now we're 11 days into it, and we received status yesterday that they're seeking permission to get access to a manhole. And to us, that does not sound reasonable, because if we were any other business, we think that the problem would have been resolved immediately, and it's not only affecting us, is affecting the neighborhood at large.
After repeated calls to AT&T.
Make attempts 3 times a day. We call morning, noon, and then right before the evening is up to get status.
A deacon at Mount Moriah Missionary Baptist Church in the Martindale-Brightwood neighborhood says they and other neighbors have been without phone, landline, or internet service for over 10 days.
We're also impacted with our daycare facility. We don't have outbound communication for families, parents to access their children, and this is a serious problem.
He says they were initially given October 30th as an estimated date of completion. Now that that date has come and gone,
I think it makes us all feel as if we're less valued, because as I stated before, had this been probably one of your more affluent neighborhoods financially, I think it would have been resolved quicker.
I contacted AT&T myself this morning and have followed up several times throughout the afternoon. They tell me they're looking into it. It's a story we will stay on top of until the issue is resolved. Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Thank you, Stephanie. If you ever have any concerns about problems in your neighborhood and you're not getting answers, contact us. Email us at workingforyou@rtv6.com.
Many companies are now focused on hiring more women,
especially in traditionally male-dominated fields. The opportunity at the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department you need to know about.
The college basketball season gets started tonight here in Bloomington. I'm Brad Brown, courtside at Assembly Hall. We get our first look at the Hoosiers, including freshman Trace Jackson Davis. Could he be the next big thing here? We'll have that story coming up on the news at 6.
And Brad, hopefully the Hoosiers have a hot shooting night. No heat in my forecast. Winter-like temperatures, not just for Indiana, but really eastern 2/3 of the country. It'll feel more like January. Details on that coming up.
For only $89 for on time.
This is RTV6 News at 6, working for you.
Well, it is election day and the polls are now closed. We are tracking many races, but especially the race for mayor of Indianapolis. That's between incumbent Joe Hogsett, Republican challenger Jim Merritt, and Libertarian Doug McNaughton. The election results have not been tallied yet. As you can see, everything's sitting at 0% at this point. We are keeping an eye as precincts begin to report results. We'll pass those along to you right here on RTV6 and on our website, theindychannel.com. You can also get results by using the RTV6 app. We'll keep you updated there. RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is all about helping you find jobs and opportunities and explore careers you may have never even considered.
That especially includes careers in male-dominated industries like law enforcement. RTV6's Meredith Barrick learned more about why it is so important for the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department to hire more women.
I've always had a natural something inside of me that just wanted to help people.
At first, Melanie Moore thought she wanted to be a nurse or a secretary.
And then it just hit me like, you know what? I can be a police officer. You know, that's what I think that's what I want to be.
But like so many, that realization didn't come until later in life.
When I was 33, I decided, hey, I think I want to be a police officer. Went through the process, didn't make it the first time, but I continued on, and here I am 18 years later.
Moore hopes other women are inspired by her journey.
You've lived, you have experience, you may be a mother, a wife. I was a mom, a wife, had a couple different jobs. And so you bring along with you that experience, the wisdom, the maturity. And so all of that helps. And, you know, whatever experiences that a person may have prior to coming to the police department.
And there's a major need for more women to join the force.
Right now, it's approximately 87.3 men and approximately somewhere around 12.7 for women.
A far cry from the demographic makeup of the city the department serves.
Indianapolis is pretty big. It's pretty big and it's pretty diverse. And so we want our department, just like you just said, to reflect the community. And we have a very diverse community. We do definitely need more women on the department.
It goes beyond just reflecting the community. It's about reaching them in a time they need help the most.
Victims, women suspects, you know, we do searches, and a lot of things that we do that maybe a man is not able to do or not able to understand. There's just something about a woman's communication level that touches people's hearts sometimes.
Working for you, Meredith Barrick, RTV6.
IMPD hosts a Woman Behind the Badge workshop where you can learn more about joining the force. The department is accepting applications until March, and they understand that joining IMPD may be intimidating to some women. The officers will help you and guide you through the entire training process. We put all of this information on hiringhoosiers.com.
One employer we've shown you before is set to hire even more people. Tomorrow, the YMCA of Greater Indianapolis is holding a citywide job fair for available positions. This is happening tomorrow from 4 to 7 in the evening at all 12 YMCA of Greater Indianapolis locations. You're asked to bring a resume and a great attitude. For more details on this event and other job opportunities, just find this story on the RTV6 app or head to hiringhoosiers.com.
Let's talk January for a second. The average high in January is 36. Temperatures early next week will be colder than that, and not just for the Midwest and the Great Lakes. Temperatures that will definitely be 20 to 25 degrees below average will extend well south of the Ohio River. For us, here are a few headlines as we get to Monday and Tuesday. Coldest day of the season, obviously. Temperatures running well below average. Average is 54 for us. I do think we'll see lows in the teens. High temperatures staying just below the freezing mark. Couple examples there. Monday and Tuesday compared to the average high, you can see running 23 degrees below average. We're dry, we're cool, and not as windy right now. 29 will be the temperature tomorrow morning as we get into our Wednesday. 31 in Indianapolis. Temperatures now in the 40s. They'll fall off tonight under the clear skies. Let's talk about tomorrow. A few clouds northern half of the state in the morning. Sunshine early in the day. As we go into the afternoon hours, the gray of cloud cover sweeps in, and at this point tomorrow night, more towards 7, 8 o'clock, some very light rain showers start to impact central Indiana. As we get to Thursday, we may mix in a couple of snowflakes as we go through the morning and afternoon. During the day tomorrow, big change. Instead of that cool west wind, we'll have a stronger, warmer south wind. It'll gust to 20, but it will lift our temperatures to the warmest levels that we'll see for a while. Beyond our 7-day forecast, indications are temperatures will remain well below average for the next couple of weeks. Wednesday planner, again, clouds will increase in the afternoon. There's our afternoon high. Chance for showers then in the evening hours. Thursday, temperatures probably peak in the morning and then are steady or slowly falling as we go through the afternoon. Thursday, a couple of showers early. This model not pushing everything as far to the north, but I think we'll have some rain showers, may mix with some snow showers before the day is over. There are your temperatures. These are early day high temperatures. They'll continue to fall from there. We step into the weekend. The weekend is dry. Temperatures below average, but enjoy that. 44 and 47, not bad, because I just showed you Monday and Tuesday's highs that will be in the lower 30s. That's a lot colder than we've been. Morning low temperatures in the teens. The records around 14 and 15. We'll see if some of the record low temperatures come into play as we get closer, as we inch
closer to that. Thank you, Kevin, for that. We're getting in our first election results here at this hour at 6:18. And as you can see here, Joe Hogsett is leading the way with 78% of the vote that we're seeing there. Jim Merritt coming in at 21%. Doug McNaughton up third with 1% there. These are the latest results that we have. Of course, many more precincts still have to report. We'll continue pushing that to you. You can get results from all of the local races. It's up on the IndyChannel.com and on the RTV6 app. Time now for sports. Brad Brown live for us tonight at Assembly Hall at IU.
Mark, good evening. It is the opening night of the college basketball season here in Bloomington. We're going to start things off with the Hoosiers this evening, taking on the Fighting Leathernecks of Western Illinois University. It's the first of 8 straight games right here at Assembly Hall to start the season, so IU's really going to kind of ease their way into this schedule. They will play the entire month of November here. They actually won't have a true road game till they get into the Big Ten schedule on January 4th. One notable injury for IU tonight, senior guard Devontae Green will be out, so we will see a little different starting lineup here to start off the season. That includes a couple of freshmen, among them Trace Jackson Davis, another Mr. Basketball hoping to make an impact here in Bloomington. He's the focus of tonight's Sports Extra Spotlight. The colors aren't that far off from what he wore in high school, nor are the expectations that continue to be very high for Trace Jackson Davis.
I'm just soaking it all up. My teammates, they've been really good to me. They've been helping me along the journey. It's been a really fun ride. It's been tough in practice, but everything I've had fun with.
A stellar senior season at Center Grove earned Jackson Davis the state's top honor. Many months before that, Trace made it known that he'd be going to Bloomington, the 26th Mr. Basketball to play at IU.
One of the main reasons why I chose to come here was just the family atmosphere, just how it was, just how everyone is just meshing, and we're really a team and we're a family. So we all got each other's backs, and we'll just do anything for each other.
Trace has already shown glimpses of what made him so tough to guard in high school. Quick for his 6'9" frame, explosive off the dribble, and now a chance to be even more fully physical.
I just think it's really good just for my development and just for everyone else. I think it's been really good for just going against guys like Justin and Joey and Duran every day. They just push me to get better, so that's just basically all you need is just guys that push you to get better.
Definitely see Trace as being a vital part of what we're doing, an impact player. He's one of the best players, most talented guys on our team. He's young, he's inexperienced, but he's got to get thrown into the fire. So I see him playing, as many minutes as he can handle.
Once the games get here, what's going through your head about getting out here and actually playing now? Jitters, anxious, nervous? Any of that?
I think you always have a little anxiousness and nervousness, but that comes with just playing in general. So, but I'm ready to get out there and play with my teammates.
Coach Miller also praised Trace in practice so far this season. He scored 100 points more than the next closest player on the IU roster. He had a dozen in that exhibition game last week. He'll get the start tonight. This one tips off in about 40 minutes down here in Bloomington. Purdue and Butler home tomorrow night at Mackey and at Hinkle. We'll talk about those for you coming up on Wednesday. Let's get to the Colts. In the news this week, there was still a wait and see on quarterback Jacoby Brissett. That sprained MCL in his left knee. Coach Frank Reich said yesterday they won't really know till Sunday whether or not Brissett's ready to go. If he doesn't go, it'll be Brian Hoyer getting the start. Hoyer wasn't too bad filling in this past Sunday. Brissett chimed in today about his backup's performance.
It was awesome to see him play. Some of the things he did, like I said, Sunday, he did some things that I knew I probably would have done. But he made a lot of great throws. He did a good job of taking command. So yeah, I thought he did pretty well.
Colts get back to practice tomorrow. Quick note about IU football. Quarterback Michael Penix Jr. out for the season. Had shoulder surgery on Monday. He's done. Peyton Ramsey will move back into the starting spot for the Hoosiers. They have a bye this week. They're at Penn State next week. We'll have a recap of this one for you coming up tonight on the news at 11. Dave First will be back with some highlights of the rest of the day for you as well. We will see you later tonight with all of that. Time for a final break. Then it's back to the studio for the rest of tonight's news at 6 next.
Going on now at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Time for the RTV6 photo of the day. This is a picturesque shot of Memorial Park in Lebanon.
You can see the American flag in the foreground and the pretty fog colors in the background of this picture. Thanks to Sherry Goodwin for sending this amazing photo in to us. You can email us your photo of the day to news@WRTV.com.
Just enough wind to unfurl that flag. Sunshine for a while tomorrow. Then clouds increase, but we do hit 55. That's all for the news at 6. World News with David Muir is next.